Johnston Canyon is pretty majestic and it's a really easy walk, so it's good for kids or seniors.
Wow.
Only in the summertime though, and it does get crowded. Lake Minnewanka and Vermilion Lakes are great spots for sunrise or sunset, and especially beautiful in the fall.
Wow.
As for activity,
Wow, I have to see that. Nope. 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 Look at that. Look at these. Welcome back to another reaction video. So on today's video, we are going to be reacting on beautiful places to see in Banff National Park.
Wow.
And if you're here for the first time, I am Tekla, and this is my little sister Tercy. So you have Tercy and Tekla. Good. So let's go. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Clock it.
visiting Banff is a trip of a lifetime. But now more than ever, it's important to plan ahead. It's busy, it's expensive, and you want to be prepared for weather. As someone who lives just 3 hours away, I consider myself pretty lucky to be able to visit as often as I do, which has given me some valuable insights and tips to share with you. So,
please, I've done a reaction video on this, but because she's new, I needed to do it together with her so that she can see the beauty of Canada.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if I'm surprised, because these views are magnificent. In fact, they always keep me shocked each time I set my eyes on them. So guys, in fact, I've not seen the video, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving this. Ooh, my God. Look at this.
valuable
Like a this,
insights
like a
and tips
that.
to share with you. So, here are my essential travel tips to know
my
before
God.
visiting Banff National Park, Canada.
Thank you, ma'am.
For most visitors, you'll fly into the Calgary International Airport, code YYC,
Calgary.
and from there, it's a 90-minute drive to Banff. It's along a double-lane highway on a flat road, and it gets more scenic as you go. If you don't have a car, you can take a bus or a shuttle from Calgary, starting from around $80 per adult each way from the airport. This is on the Banff Airporter, or about $40 from departure points within Calgary. This includes your luggage too. It's cheaper to book a round-trip ticket, so consider that if you already know your departure dates.
All right, thank you.
Correspondingly, every visitor to Banff National Park and all national parks in Canada need a park pass to visit. It costs $21 per day for a family or a group. So basically $21 per car. If you're solo, it's going to cost $10.50.
Wow.
When you come to the park entrance, there's a gate at the highway where you'll purchase your pass. The attendant will ask you how many days you'll be in the park to determine how much you'll pay.
Okay.
So if you plan to be there for 3 days, it will cost you $63.
Oh, really?
But
I didn't know that if you're going to be staying in a place for long, that's how your transport is going to increase.
Yeah.
Because why? Wow. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Okay? Wow. Okay.
So if you plan to be there for 3 days, it will cost you $63. But another option is buying a Discovery Pass, which is going to be valid for 12 months and gives you access to not only Banff, but all national parks and historic sites in Canada. So basically, if you plan to be touring around for 7 days or more, it makes sense to buy this type of park pass.
Okay, thank
And if you buy a pass in advance, you don't have to wait in the busy lines at the park gate. You can stick to the right lane and drive right through.
Wow.
The thing about accommodations in Banff is it's going to be expensive. I mean, look at these prices for a 2-night stay in July 2023. But you do have options, so let's go over those. Most people stay in the town side of Banff, which is small, compact, picturesque, and very walkable. If it's your first time, I do recommend staying in town. It's stunningly scenic, and this way you'll have the best access to
Look at this. Look at how
So
beautiful
amazing.
it looks.
Yeah.
So magnificent. So top notch.
I like that.
Ooh. Wow. My God. What did I do? What did I do?
stunningly scenic, and this way you'll have the best access to all the major sites and attractions, whether you have a car or if you're taking shuttles or transit.
Okay.
The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel is the iconic landmark here, nicknamed the Banff Castle. It's a hotel full of history and luxury charm.
Oh my God.
If you can afford it, stay here. But if not,
He did a reaction video concerning this hotel, and I must say for a fact that it's super expensive. Yeah, the people that watched their video told this particular hotel to spend a night there was really damn expensive. And why not? Because just looking at it,
Yeah. Just from the
yeah, it
outside.
allows you to see nature. Wow. My God. And then also, I think there's enough security in there.
Yeah.
Explains everything in Canada. Ooh, let's go.
You're definitely not missing out. I like the Fox Hotel because
Oh,
it's reasonably priced
Oh my
and has
God.
this really cool underground grotto hot tub where you can see the opening to it here.
what?
Excuse the steamy GoPro footage, this was the only camera we had at the time.
Jesus.
Other options, there's the Moose, which is a bit
see
nicer
beauty.
and has a really great rooftop hot tub. I also like staying at the Elkin Avenue. It's right in the heart of downtown and it's very pet friendly. The Dorothy is at the end of town, but it's renovated and inexpensive. I do have a full blog post about the cheapest places to stay in Banff that are actually nice. I don't cover any of the ones that are run down, so check that out for more options. My biggest tip about saving money on accommodations in Banff, though, is to book your hotel as early as possible. This is when you'll get the best rates. You can also consider staying in the town of Canmore, which is 20 minutes outside of Banff. It's just as beautiful and sometimes a little cheaper, but not always. Either way, it's a great mountain town vibe here too. There are also some hotels in Lake Louise, which is about a 40-minute drive from the town of Banff. Of course, there's the famous Chateau Lake Louise,
Look at the color of
but
the
there's
water.
also the hamlet itself, which has about 5 other hotels to choose from. When you're in the town of Banff, it's very pedestrian friendly, and in
Look
recent
at the
years,
street.
So clean. Yeah.
Look at the street, guys. Tell me this is real. How clean is this? You can think that, like, oh, this is just so clean.
Yeah.
Very, very clean. Is it that they pay people to sweep this in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening? Or, please, I need answers. I really do need answers.
Yeah.
Canada is so clean.
So beautiful.
Yup.
when you're in the town of Banff, it's very pedestrian friendly, and in recent years, it's become a really nice walkable community, with a couple of the main roads being shut down to traffic in peak summer months.
Wow.
So within the town site, you can pretty much walk anywhere you need to go.
Okay.
However, to see all the major sites outside of town, having a car is the easiest way to get around and do things on your own schedule. But if you don't have a car, don't worry. The vast majority of tourists can get to all the hotspots just by using shuttles or the public transit system.
Okay.
This is called Rome Transit. And actually, driving within the town itself is becoming very hectic, and finding a parking spot is a nightmare. So even if you do have a car, you're encouraged to park at the train station lot in Banff and take the shuttle to Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. More on that in a minute.
Okay.
From Banff, you can take the Rome Transit bus to the following locations: Canmore, the Cascade Ponds, Johnston Lake, Lake Minnewanka, the Cave and Basin, which from there you can find trailheads to multiple hikes, the Gondola, and the hot springs, Johnston Canyon, Lake Louise, and Moraine Lake. And many hotels actually offer free transit passes for guests, so be sure to look for those when booking. I'll leave more information about this in the video description below.
Mad. Look at the road. Look at this. Look at the road. This road can be so distracting, I won't lie. Because what is this? Oh, wow. One day we'll come to Canada and see all this by ourselves. Amen.
Amen.
Passes for guests, so be sure to look for those when booking. I'll leave more information about this in the video description below.
It's just see.
Moraine Lake and Lake Louise are the two most popular glacial lakes to visit within Banff National Park.
Okay.
So they deserve their own section in
Oh
this
my
video.
God.
Let's talk.
No, guys. This is not view, right?
Oh my God.
What do you have to say about this?
It's so nice. Like, oh my God.
Have you ever seen this?
No. But the color of the water, everything.
Color of the water.
Yeah.
What we are always seeing in Canada. Color of the water. Thank you, Lord, for giving us Canada. Ooh, what did I do?
And Lake Louise are the two most popular glacial lakes to visit within Banff National Park.
Yeah.
So they deserve their own section in this video. Let's talk about Moraine Lake first. New for 2023, the road to get to Moraine Lake is closed to personal vehicles.
Wow.
This means that the only way to get there is to reserve a seat on the Parks Canada shuttle, book a guided tour, or take Rome Transit, or cycle the 28 kilometers from Lake Louise to Moraine Lake. So if you want to get there for sunrise, you'll have to book a spot with the Moraine Lake Bus Company. This is the only company providing sunrise shuttles to Moraine Lake. It departs at 4 a.m. to get you there just after 4:30 in the morning.
Okay. Wait, 4:30.
For visiting Lake Louise, vehicle parking at the Lake Louise Lakeshore parking lot is extremely limited, and finding a parking spot is challenging throughout the summer months.
God.
You'll probably have to get there before
Really?
7 a.m., and they will turn you away once it's full. So basically, you're better off taking the shuttles if you can. Weather in Banff can vary and be unpredictable in the summer months. It can be scorching hot, with temperatures reaching into the low to mid 30s, this is Celsius, or it can be as cold as 10 degrees and raining, or even snow on a summer day.
That's really
So I recommend dressing in light layers.
Yeah.
And because of the mountains, clouds can get socked in, and there's a chance that you could have cloudy skies blocking views of the mountain peaks. But even still, misty mountain peaks are still beautiful in their own way. And keep in mind, even in summer, you can encounter snow. For example, we stopped for a little hike along the Icefields Parkway, and this footage was taken at the end of June.
You love this?
Yeah.
My God. I've never seen it physically. I hope one day. Just one day. I don't want to talk much. Just a day. One day. One day.
It was warm and sunny. I was wearing shorts, but there was still a decent amount of snow along the trail.
Oh.
And some summers are extremely dry, so there's always a risk of forest fires that create smoky
Forest fire
air.
again.
These are just some of the things to be aware of that most people don't realize when planning a trip to Banff. For way more detail about weather in Banff throughout the seasons and what to expect, I do have a much more thorough video that covers all of this.
Oh, wow.
If you're an international visitor,
Money and
you can
tipping.
plan to pay for most things on your credit card, debit card, or using tap technology like Apple Pay. Visa and MasterCard are accepted everywhere, while American Express is not as widely accepted, but some places do take it. You won't really need to worry about using cash except for some tips. If you want to tip hotel housekeeping, the bell desk, tour guides, etc., it would be a good idea to have some cash on you. When you dine out at a restaurant, tips are not included in the price of your meal, and most people tip anywhere from
Do you know the meaning of tipping? Tipping in Canada means if you go to a restaurant and buy food, and maybe the service in the restaurant is like really good, you add money, you add some money, you can add like 50% of the food that you bought. If you bought maybe a plate of food for $10, you add you can add like 40%, no, 5%, depending on what you want of what you bought, right? So you tip. It's not like it's a must that you should tip, but many people
Do that.
tip. Yes, many people too do that. It's like a culture for them. Over here, we don't tip. Sometimes people even go to the restaurant, they eat and they don't want to pay. Like they really just want to fight the service people. They really want to fight the service per day. So tipping here is not something. It's hard to see somebody eat and tip.
Yeah.
They
don't
want
do
to
that.
fight. They really want to fight the service people servicing
Oh my
them. So
God.
yeah, we don't tip.
Yeah.
And yep. Canadians, they do tip, which is really nice.
15 to 20% or more.
15 to
Since there is
20%.
only one tax in the province of Alberta, where Banff is located, the tax is GST and it's at 5%. So an easy way to figure out a tip is to multiply the tax by 3 or 4 and you have a reasonable tip amount.
Okay.
The Icefields Parkway is arguably the most scenic road in Canada. It connects Banff National Park to Jasper National Park.
Wow.
It will take you about 3 hours to drive the entire length. The drive is absolutely majestic, with lots of beautiful stops along the way, but if you're short on time, you only have to drive a portion of it to experience its splendor. There's great pull-off spots for photo opportunities, picnic areas, hikes, and even viewing glaciers.
Wow.
Just remember though, if you're planning to go for a cruise along this parkway, make sure you have enough fuel, as it will be a long time before you find a service station.
Okay.
Besides the
Wildlife.
breathtaking scenery, one of the most magical sights in Banff National Park is spotting bears and other wildlife, like elk, moose, deer, and mountain goats. While encountering these animals
God.
can be a highlight of your trip, it's essential to respect their space and safety. Always stay a safe distance away from wildlife and never attempt to feed or approach them. And please don't get out of your car to take closer photos. When hiking, make noise to alert bears of your presence and carry bear spray. Remember to store your food and trash properly to avoid attracting wildlife to your campsite or picnic area. There are these bear-safe garbage bins everywhere throughout the park to dispose of your garbage safely. If you do want to get up close and personal to wildlife and have a higher chance of seeing some animals, I do recommend you book a wildlife viewing tour with professional guides. I've left links in the video description below for the best tours.
What doing?
Now that we've covered essential travel tips, you probably want to know what to do and what's worth doing, and what you can realistically fit into your trip itinerary.
Yeah.
For that, I'll go over a more detailed list in a future video, so please leave me a comment if you'd like to see that. But for now, here's my quick list of what's worth seeing and doing. Obviously, we've covered Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, but we've also got Bow Falls, which is a lovely walk from the Banff town site. Johnston Canyon is pretty majestic and it's a really easy walk, so it's good for kids or seniors.
Wow.
Only in the summertime though, and it does get crowded. Lake Minnewanka and Vermilion Lakes are great spots for sunrise or sunset, and especially beautiful in the fall.
Wow.
As for activity,
Wow. I have to see that. Nope. 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 Look at that. Look at these.
Oh my God. It doesn't look
Canada, you
real.
people didn't
Like,
tell us that you live in paradise. Because what do you call this if not paradise?
so,
Paradise. That's where people are living, Canadians. And we love that so much.
yeah.
We admire it and in fact we're jealous of you guys.
yeah.
Very much jealous, but in a nice way though.
Yeah.
So okay. That's nice. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
and especially beautiful in the fall. As for activities, I recommend the Banff Gondola for sightseeing and the Banff Upper Hot Springs. Along the Icefields Parkway, the most famous attraction is the Columbia Icefield. Doing the snow coach on the glacier is probably a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but it is expensive. So if money is of concern, it's just as impressive to drive up to the toe of the glacier and take the 10 minutes to walk up to the glacier.
Wow.
You can walk on it and try sipping some of the runoff. It's majestic, and photos don't do the immensity of it justice.
telling you.
The skywalk is mostly an upsell gimmick, and you can only do this if you pay for it. Honestly, it's not really worth it.
Wow. It's actually nice. So beautiful.
Oh, Canada.
Your bag.
Ooh. Wow. Wow. My God.
If you pay for it, honestly, it's not really worth the money in my opinion. Pito Lake is a nice spot for low-effort views. So we stopped for a quick little stretch break at Pito Lake. I used to think it was called Pado Lake, but apparently it's pronounced Pito. This is one of the most famous lakes along the Icefield Parkway. Definitely worth a stop. It's only about a 5-minute hike to get up here, and the views are amazing.
Very, very amazing.
Yeah.
This is just showcasing a little Instagram versus reality. It definitely gets busy here, but please don't be like these people and jump fences just to get a better photo. Barricades are there to protect the fragile environment, and everyone is usually pretty good about taking turns at the best viewing spots here.
Oh
Wow.
my god. That is so
Other
good.
favorite hikes are Tenno Mountain, Sulphur Mountain, Larch Valley and Citadel Pass, Stanley Glacier, and Boom Lake.
My God.
I hope this video has helped you plan your trip to
So
Banff
much.
National Park,
Like, so
but as I
much.
mentioned several times in the video, if you're visiting in the summer, it does get really busy, which is why we actually prefer to go a little bit further.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have actually recommended that visiting in summer is really good because it permits you to see some of these beautiful views, and which is just so nice.
Yeah.
We love their summer views.
West and spend a few days in the Columbia Valley, anchoring ourselves in a village called Radium Hot Springs. The mountain scenery is just as beautiful. The town itself is Swiss Alpine themed. It's much less busy
Oh my
and less expensive.
Wow.
The hot springs are
Yeah, it
so
looks
much
hot.
better,
It looks like it's hot.
and there are so many deer and bighorn sheep that roam through town.
Oh my god.
These things are dangerous, eh? Oh my
This
God,
is
very
one of the
dangerous.
reasons we love Radium, is because, like, seeing deer and bighorn sheep like this is literally a daily occurrence several times a day. You're gonna run into this every time you come here. It's pretty cool. And I know I
What's so
mentioned
cool
don't get
about
out of your
it?
vehicle to see the animals. Well, this happens when you're walking down the sidewalk here in Radium. So check out my other videos on the area if you're interested in some more hidden gems in the mountains. Thanks for
you.
watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh.
Oh my
Thank you
god.
guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and we have come to the end of our video.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Actually, it was Canada is very beautiful. Like, oh my god, so nice. The environment, everything. I'm enjoying the videos.
Yeah.
everything,
Do you even know that Canada speaks French and English?
Oh, French.
Canada has French and English as their two official languages.
Wow.
Did you
Just
know
like
about
us.
it?
No,
Yeah.
I was not aware.
Yes. Guys, she can speak French. You don't mind.
Yeah.
This is a francophone. So thank you everybody, and see you in our next video. We
Yeah.
love you so much.